The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,218,583. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,084. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,012, with total confirmed deaths at 199. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, March 29th. Los Angeles County public health officials continue to report a steady decline in COVID-19 cases and urge the public to remain cautious. Dr. Barbara Ferrer, the county's director of public health, suggested celebrating Easter, Passover, spring break, and other holidays virtually, or limit gatherings to members of the same household. A travel advisory remains in effect for LA County, and residents are reminded that those who travel more than 120 miles of their home for non-essential purposes are required to quarantine for 10 days upon returning. Indoor gatherings of up to 3 separate households are permitted by public health rules, but officials warn with new variants in California, everyone still carries a risk of getting sick and spreading infection. Researchers in the U.S. and abroad are beginning to test younger and younger kids to make sure COVID-19 vaccines are safe and work for each age. Pfizer and Moderna expect to release results soon, showing how 2 doses of their vaccines performed in kids 12 and older. Pfizer is currently authorized for use for those 16 and older, while Moderna is only approved for adults 18 and older, as younger children will likely need different doses than teens and adults. Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson have new trials underway to figure out what the right dosage would be for each age group. Officials from these companies say they are working towards eventually vaccinating babies as young as 6 months old. Authorities say children's infection rates are so low, they only make up 13% of the COVID-19 cases documented in the U.S. The main focus of pediatric studies isn't counting the number of illnesses, but instead, researchers are measuring whether the vaccines boost the immune system of younger candidates, much like they do in adults, suggesting they'll offer similar protection. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's leading expert on infectious diseases, told Congress earlier this month that he expects high school students to likely be offered the vaccine by the fall of this year, with elementary students closer to early 2022. Well, a large study is underway to see if people who are fully vaccinated could become infected again without showing any symptoms, and if so, could they transmit the coronavirus? Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci said in a White House coronavirus task force briefing that a trial involving 12,000 college students from more than 20 universities hopes to answer those questions. The study will help form science-based decisions about mask use and about social distancing post-vaccination, according to Fauci. For the study, half the students will get the 2-dose Moderna shot, and the other half will initially serve as a control group while getting the same vaccine 4 months later. All students in the trial will keep an electronic diary, swab their nose daily, and provide occasional blood samples. They'll also provide the names of close contacts. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a person could be infected with COVID-19 just after vaccination and still get sick, only because it takes several weeks for the body to build up immunity after the vaccination. Dr. Fauci says it could take up to 5 months to get the total results of the study. Well, another study, but from the Department of Veterans Affairs, says those who've had the COVID-19 vaccine may get immunity from the deadly virus for up to 9 months. researchers analyzed antibodies in nearly 250,000 veterans who have had COVID-19 and found the vaccine may provide protection for about the same amount of time as the immune response in a person with an active infection of the virus. The study was conducted by scientists at the VA Office of Research and Development in partnership with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Food and Drug Administration. The VA's research is one of the puzzling questions of the COVID-19 vaccine and immunity: how long the immune response lasts, and whether a booster shot will be required, and how COVID-19 variants factor into plans for future rounds of vaccinations. The VA is already planning to roll out pilot programs to begin getting those newly eligible vaccinated. The VA has also deployed its mobile healthcare units across the country to deliver vaccines to rural and remote areas where the Veterans Affairs has seen the highest vaccine hesitancy so far. As of March 26, the VA recorded that more than 1.4 million veterans have been fully vaccinated, along with nearly 400,000 VA employees. The large-scale coronavirus vaccination site at Cal State LA will come to an end soon. According to officials, the site, which is operated by state and federal officials, will make its last day on April 11th. Talks are underway to possibly continue use of the location, but for now, the large-scale vaccination site will stop operating on the targeted date. The location was opened in February as an 8-week pilot project, marking a cooperative effort between the state's Office of Emergency Services and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The goal has been to target lower-income areas hard hit by the pandemic. This is one of 2 sites. The other one is in Oakland. In total, the 2 sites have administered close to 445,000 doses of vaccines since they opened. Beginning April 1st, the site will be administering only the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Appointment slots for those doses will be released daily, beginning April 1st through the state's My Turn web portal or by calling 833-422-4255. 2 popular office supply retailers are lending a helping hand and offering a free service during the pandemic. Office Depot and Staples locations are now providing free lamination of COVID-19 vaccine cards at locations across the country. Staples is offering the free service this week, and Office Depot will have the free lamination program through the summer. Now, these COVID-19 vaccine cards could prove to be invaluable when people begin to resume normal activities. They may be needed if proof of vaccination status is required, whether it's boarding a plane, entering school, attending an indoor entertainment event, or visiting someone at the hospital. The information on the vaccine card, which includes which brand of the vaccine you received, could also streamline possible future booster shots. Safety officials say to keep your COVID-19 vaccine card in a safe place and should not be shared on social media, as it has sensitive personal information that should not be shared with the general public. Well, in just a few days, California will expand COVID-19 vaccine eligibility significantly, as California Governor Gavin Newsom announced a week ago that as of April 1st, anyone 50 and older will be able to make appointments to receive their shot, and everyone 16 and older will be eligible starting April 15th. Los Angeles County health officials warned that getting an appointment for a shot this week will initially be difficult due to the scarcity of vaccines, but it will improve. It's estimated that expanding eligibility to those 50 and older will add an estimated 800,000 to 1 million people to the pool of residents vying for a shot. That's on top of the millions of people who are already eligible for the shots. The state expects to receive about 2.5 million first and second dose vaccines per week in the first half of April and more than 3 million doses in the second half of the month. The California Department of Public Health released updated guidance as theme parks get ready to welcome back visitors next month. Now, while parks that reopen beginning April 1st will be limited to no more than 15% capacity under the red tier, once the county the park is located in moves into the orange tier, that capacity will move up to 25% and then 35% in the least restrictive yellow tier. In Southern California, Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia announced plans to open Thursday. Disneyland and Disneyland California Adventure Park plan to open on April 30th. And Universal Studios Hollywood and Knott's Berry Farm have not set an official reopening date yet. Now, under the new guidelines, theme parks can operate indoor rides as long as visitors are waiting outdoors. It also requires guests and employees to wear face coverings except when eating or drinking. Currently, under the red tier, weekly COVID tests will be mandatory for employees. The park will only be open to in-state visitors with no more than 3 households in any visiting party. Performances and shows must be held outdoors only, and rides that have a high rate of guests losing their face coverings, or if wearing one would be dangerous, it will be discontinued temporarily. There's some good news for taxpayers as Americans are now offered a new tax break. The Internal Revenue Service announced hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, face masks, gloves, and other personal protective equipment purchased to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 can be written off as they're now considered deductible medical expenses. These expenses can also be paid or reimbursed under the Health Flexible Spending Arrangements or Health Savings Accounts. Under the new guidance, the tax code lets taxpayers deduct medical costs that exceed 7.5% of their gross income each year. Now, for example, individuals who earned $100,000 in 2020 can deduct medical costs of more than $7,500 from their tax bill. Those will need to be itemized on your taxes to take advantage of this tax code. Now, the IRS did extend their filing deadline to May 17th, a month longer, to give the agency additional time to process a backlog of paper returns from last year and incorporate more tax code changes, including President Biden's American Rescue Plan. The city of Torrance hosted a clinic today to help those in Tiers 1A and 1B get the COVID-19 vaccine. The primary goal, to get as many of Torrance's older residents vaccinated, those who may have had a difficult time scheduling an appointment through the state or county, or just haven't had a chance to sign up for one yet. It took place at the Ken Miller Recreation Center and open to residents 65 and older, city employees, healthcare workers, and those who work for the school district. The city, in partnership with a third-party pharmacy, provided pharmacy staff to administer the vaccines today. 300 doses of the Pfizer vaccine were made available today for the first dose shots, with a second dose clinic expected to take place on April 19th.
We had over 300 people come in to be vaccinated, and city staff and also the people being vaccinated were a great company, and we were able to work toward that herd immunity that we're all trying to achieve to reopen up our city.
It's important that the City of Torrance spearheads these efforts so that we can make sure our residents, our businesses, their friends and family are vaccinated. This is a really great opportunity for us to have these types of clinics at our facilities and to see community and government in action, especially during this important time of recovery and reconstitution.
Businesses and nonprofits in need of some financial assistance due to the economic impacts of the pandemic have just a few more days to apply for the California Small Business COVID-19 Relief Grant Program. Now, in its fifth round, applications will be accepted only until March 31st. Small businesses and not-for-profit organizations in the state could qualify for a piece of the $729 million available for distribution. Now, funds are available based on annual gross revenues for the 2019 tax year, and eligible businesses could receive $5,000, $15,000, or $25,000 grants based on their revenue. Now, if businesses have already applied and have been put on the wait list, they do not need to reapply, as they will automatically be enrolled into Round 5. To learn more, go to careliefgrant.com. Well, it was an exciting weekend of March Madness games as two local rivals advance to the Elite Eight. This is the first time ever the two Los Angeles teams have made it to the Elite Eight in the same season. USC dominated the number 7 seed with an 82-68 win. Now the Bruins finished 4th in the Pac-12, beating 2nd seed Alabama 88-78 last night. UCLA took a 4-game losing streak into the NCAA tournament, but UCLA brought it as they eliminated Michigan State in a preliminary round game, took out 6th seed BYU in the first round, and dominated Abilene Christian in the second round. The Trojans will face Gonzaga, and the Bruins will face Michigan on Tuesday night. Today marks National Vietnam War Veterans Day, a day to thank and honor Vietnam veterans and their families in the community. In 2019, then President Barack Obama proclaimed this day, calling on all Americans to observe it with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities that commemorate the 50-year anniversary of the Vietnam War. Now, here in Torrance, you'll find the city's Veterans Memorial, dedicated to all men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving their country during war. There are 146 names etched on the wall. It's said that Los Angeles County has the largest population of Vietnam War veterans in the country. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. A unique pilot program kicked off here in Torrance recently, a project that has been in the works for weeks now. A strategy to reach thousands of homebound seniors who may want the COVID-19 vaccine but have not had the opportunity due to limited mobility or difficulty making an appointment. Our Christine Lee was there for the first of many visits to local senior centers to give us an inside look at the important initiative spearheaded by the Torrance Fire Department as vaccines get administered to our most vulnerable community members.
Hi, I'm Christine with Torrance Citi CABLE, and today is a big day here at the Torrance Memorial Medical Center.
It's going outside our 4 walls, partnering with our local community, and making sure we're serving everyone, not just those that can come physically to me. It really is just another step in how we serve our community.
The emotional response that we're hearing about is from absolute joy to tears, and really just the human contact of the seniors hearing someone live on a phone saying, "We care about your well-being, and we want to make sure that you're not left behind."
Thanks, Christine. You can watch the full story this Friday on Weekends in Torrance at 2 p.m. I know I'll be watching. What a great way to show how Torrance truly cares for all of its members, one vaccine at a time. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to join us tomorrow as Rhiannon Shutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.